Welcome everybody to today's video. Today, well, I am always Chris the Shrine Dog. I am coming to you from various parts of Utah County, Utah. We are going to go film around and do some filming locations for the movie Footloose. So come along with me as we come visit some of the sites. I've done a video at the different filming locations before, but when I went back and watched that video, I realized I got some of the information, some of the spaces wrong, some of the locations wrong. So I wanted to go back and kind of correct that. I'll go ahead and link that video down in the description down below. Last time I visited some of these sites, I was with Adam the Woo, like this first site we're going to go to in Lehi, Utah. I'll go ahead and link that video down below too, so everybody can go watch the video that Adam did when him and I came to visit some of these locations. Anyways, come check out some of these sites with me. The Lehi Royal Mills became the location of the prom scenes in the 1984 movie Footloose, directed by Herbert Ross and starring Kevin Bacon, Laurie Singer, John Lithgow, and Sarah Jessica Parker. The movie is about a small town that has banned dancing and rock music. The Royal Mills is an important location in the film. It is where Kevin Bacon's character works. Kevin Bacon even worked at the mills himself to get a feel of how it actually felt, how it would actually be for his character. In a pivotal scene, a group of teenagers rebel and hold a dance that takes place at the Roller Mills. Sherman Robinson, owner of the Roller Mills at the time, was approached by executive producer Daniel Melnick, who passed the location while on a trip to Park City. Melnick thought the location stood out and would be fitting for a climatic scene for the dance to be held by the rebellious teenagers. Robinson agreed to make the mills a filming location. The filming of the movie brought a lot of excitement to the small town, which had a population of about 12,000 people at the time. Some supporting roles were actually filled by local members. Nearby institutions such as BYU, University of Utah, and Sundance Film Festival were called upon to provide extra dancers for the film's dance scenes. The local talents helped the filmmakers create the small town feel that they were striving for. The film contributed to a lot of excitement around the Roller Mills. Even today, the fame the Roller Mills received from Footloose helps the company with sales. We've now since moved on to American Fork, Utah to visit a site. Well, we're going to be going over to where that church building is before, or where that Presbyterian church is now. But if you look up on the internet, look up 135 East Main Street in American Fork, Utah. That address brings you to roughly right about where the swig is. And that is actually the house that John Lithgow's character would live in. That house is actually located right here, right about the spot where this swig is located right now. As you can see, it's now a parking lot. Now obviously it's a swig soda shop. You got Macy's here, got a few other shops around here. I'm pretty sure that factory was here before, that one right there. And a few things right here may have been around here at that time, I don't know, in 1984 and 83. But this is where that the Reverend's house is located roughly. We have now crossed the street from over there and have come over to the American Fork Presbyterian Church. This is the actual church building that John Lithgow's character, the minister, would preach from. Now, last time I actually went here, I was here with Adam the Woo, and the minister of the church, the father or the bishop, forgive me for my ignorance, I don't know what the proper title of the preacher for this church is, so please forgive me. But he gave us an actual tour of the inside of the church, and the stained glass windows that they used, that were installed in the church building, are actually no longer installed there, but they are on display inside the actual church building. So like these stained glass windows, that is not film used, but those film used stained glass windows are actually inside the church building. Now when the minister had given us a tour of the building, he showed those to us. I'm going to go ahead and link Adam the Woo's video down below so that we can actually see what those windows look like. And this building is actually a Utah historical site. Anyways, if you want to go ahead and read what that sign says, go ahead and pause on the sign. So that way you can actually see what the sign of the why the church building is a historical site here in the state of Utah. But here it is. Film used church building in Footloose. Again, these stained glass window, the positions were there during the filming, but these are actually not the film used stained glass windows. Again, those are on display inside the actual church building. I'm not sure if anybody's here to give me that tour. And again, I'll go ahead and include a link to Adam the Woo's video down in the description box down below, so that way you can see what it looks like. All right, we are now down in Vineyard, Utah. Well, this is Vineyard, and just on the other side of I-15 is Orem. We're on 1600 North if we're in Orem. But right here, this whole empty lot right here, I know it's completely unrecognizable now, and heck, it wasn't even really recognizable in the movie Footloose. But inside, this used to be the site of the Geneva steel plant that was demolished in 2008. And they're partially in the redevelopment phase right now. You see way off in the distance, they got a Top Golf, they got a little shopping center out in that direction. But right here, right in this site, is Geneva steel plant. This is where, in a particular scene of the movie, Ren is so frustrated with what's going on that he basically dances his emotions away. And there's that. And as a matter of fact, that was the only scene that I could actually think of that was actually filmed in Footloose. That was filmed right here. Side note, though, a little bit of a history lesson. After the Geneva steel plant was demolished here, you can see over here in this direction, you got a Harley Davidson dealership slash restaurant just right there. It looks like it's old and everything. Bits and pieces of the ceiling of that building, and maybe even some of the side panels of the building, were actually repurposed. They are reused scrap metal from the Geneva steel plant. So technically, there's still a building that exists right there from the Geneva steel plant, from the scene where Ren is dancing his feelings away. So we go a few miles, maybe like 3 or 4 miles, maybe even 5 miles up the road to the Cirque Lodge. We're in Orem, Utah, right at the base of, this is Cascade Mountain, and this is Mount Timpanogos. You can't really see it because obviously we got the cloud cover, we got a snowfall up there. There's a real big snowstorm going on up there. But right here, we are at the Cirque Lodge here in Orem, and this is the former Osmond family movie studio film studios. And now I know that you will not be able to recognize the exterior of this building at all, because the opening scenes, the opening shots, like the movie credit scenes where you see the feet dancing around and stuff like that for Footloose, they were filmed inside this building. Now when the final edit for the movie came up, and I guess the producers and the directors ended up not liking the footage that they had, so instead of flying back here to Utah to come refilm those scenes, they went ahead and refilmed those scenes in Hollywood, and that's the final product. That's what you see in the movies, the scenes that they filmed in Hollywood, rather than what they did here. But yeah, this studio building was used originally for the filming of that scene in that movie.
And now we're actually coming down to Provo, Utah, downtown Provo on Center Street. This building right here is the Utah Valley Convention Center. This building was not there during the filming of this scene, but this scene was actually filmed at an old bar that has since been demolished. And Utah Valley Convention Center has been open for, I want to say, roughly about 5 or 10 years since then. And this is actually a property. I'm driving around the property where it's actually located in downtown Provo, just doing a circle. The surrounding area has not changed much since the bar has been demolished, and this area, or this building, has been put up since. But this is actually where the scene at the bar was filmed.
All right, we are still on Provo, Utah, but we are now along State Street, just north of 100 North. So here's State Street. The stoplight right there is the intersection for 100 North and State. And we come up to this O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is, obviously, this has definitely changed since 1984. But according to what I can actually find on the internet, this is the High Spot Drive-In. This is located at 197 North, 500 West in Provo. And that's where we're at right now. Obviously, this whole area looks like it's changed. I'm pretty sure this building has been here since even before the filming of the movie. And I'm not sure exactly where or how big the drive-in theater was, or if it was just used as on an empty lot. I mean, I don't know. But along this stretch of highway, we are actually now in Payson, Utah, which is about a half hour south of where Provo, Orem, where the rest of the time we spent the rest of this video are. Anyways, this stretch of the highway on at the intersection of 5200 West and 12,000 South here in Payson, Utah. This is what on the internet they call it the car chase scene. So I got my phone here, so I got some notes here. This is what they call the car chase scene, but this is located on the stretch of highway where there's 12,000 South on Payson Highway. This is where the teens at the start of the movie play with death, quote unquote, when Ariel, played by Laurie Singer, tries to hop from one car to another when a farming vehicle heads in their direction. This is not the exact spot of where that scene was actually filmed. I think it was about a mile or two up the road. Is that I didn't want to go too far away from it. But this is where we're at. Sorry, it's really windy. You can probably see it's really windy. But that's where we're at right now. And it's actually, I did not actually know that this was like I did not know that this was even filmed at this location until my friend Jacob Barlow had actually mentioned it to me. And that's where I got my information from. He's the one who let me know. He's also another local Utah YouTuber. He's actually my go-to guy. A lot of the information he has on his website, I use that information here on my channel. But that was actually filmed up and down this road a little bit right here, near McMullen Orchard, South Shore Farms, Big M Frozen Storage. I think it was about a mile or two up the road down that way that they actually filmed that scene. And I believe in the movie, it was actually a dirt road. And as a matter of fact, the rest of the filming locations that we're gonna be visiting here for the movie Footloose are actually here in Payson, Utah. So we're not gonna be driving for very far. So let's finish this out and call it good. We are now at Payson High School. I do believe, well, this is they use the interior shots of this school for like what you can see at the lockers when Kevin Bacon and Chris Penn, they're like dancing and learning how to dance. They use the interior of this school to film those shots. Now, last year in 2024, Kevin Bacon made an appearance here at the school to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the movie being released in 1984. 40 years ago last year. I believe they're actually still using it, but they're actually building a whole new school on the other side of the building, and then they're going to demolish the school. When I was doing my research, I had heard that this school was already demolished and they were using the new school already. But it looks like I was wrong, because it looks like they are still using it until the new school is done being built. You can see the building off in that direction. You can see some fencing down there. That's construction fencing. All the construction is going on the opposite side of the school. But it's cool that they actually had this school up. The building's still up for when I'm actually making this recording. School mascot is the Payson Lions. It looks cool. They have like an indoor they have a courtyard in there. That's pretty cool. And a little bronze statue of a lion. That's pretty cool. And obviously I'm not going to break in because, well, it's closed and there's security cameras all over the place. I would love to actually go in there to actually film where they actually were dancing around by the lockers and stuff like that. It's pretty neat. I wish they would actually preserve the school as like a filming locations history building, you know? I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the movie itself. It's not a bad movie. It's just not, it's not one of my favorites. It's not a bad movie.
It's just not one of my favorites. Is basically all I have to say in my general review about the movie. It's just that it's fun to see. It doesn't matter what the movie is, whether I like it or not. I just always think it's fun to visit filming locations for a movie, no matter what movie it is.
So from what I've been able to research on the internet, of course, everything on the internet has to be true, right? From what I was able to research and able to find out is like this little stretch of highway here in Payson is where they had originally filmed the opening scenes of the movie where Kevin Bacon's character was driving up and down these roads. They had originally filmed them here, but they ended up changing it to where you can actually see to its current opening scenes where you can see people's feet just like dancing around. But originally they had Kevin Bacon driving up and down this road and had originally intended to use these scenes as opening credits scene for the movie.
Right here at about North 100 West and Utah Avenue, we go to El Mercadito grocery store. This is actually where the Sudsies car wash used to be located. And you can see in the film that Kevin Bacon, Ren, is here cleaning his Volkswagen Beetle at this site. As you can tell, the car wash has long since been demolished with this Mexican grocery market built in its place. And you see it's a I want to say this building was built within the last 20 years or so. Right in the downtown area of Payson. And it smells really good. I smell something that smells really good. I don't know what it is. But here we are. This is the old site of where it used to be. Burdick Hardware and Lumber. That was the lumber yard where Ren had also visited while filming. It was also located right here. Well, there's the car wash right around here, and then the lumberyard was basically right across the street where it used to be. As you can tell, it was also demolished, and it looks like there was a car dealership built right on where it was at. So it's always nice how they had like all these different filming locations that looked like they were like far a ways apart from each other, but they were literally like right across the street from each other. We now come to this Fast Gas Exxon convenience store gas station. In the movie, this was a 7-Eleven gas station. As you can tell now, it is not. In the movie, Ren is seen filling up his Volkswagen Beetle at one of these gas pumps. Obviously, these are new since 1984. I'm assuming that this neighborhood was probably around in the area, or it was probably around during the time of filming. And I'm pretty sure this gas station has gotten quite a few facelifts since the movie was made, especially since it was a 7-Eleven there. I'm pretty sure that the neighborhood across the street was also here at the time. The Smith's grocery store, I doubt was here because it looks like it's a little too new to be here since 1984. Now there is one filming location that I had missed. Was already on my way back home before I noticed on my notes. We are in Springville, Utah now, at Springville High School, home of the Red Devils. Red Devils football stadium right there. Now it's kind of weird because in the movie, you think they were using the same school for a couple different scenes. When in reality, when we're at Payson High School, that's where they filmed the interior shots when you see Chris Penn and Kevin Bacon dancing up and down the hallways and the locker rooms. And then you would assume that they used the same school for the book burning scene, but no.
So I had to edit out this part of the video because during the editing of this video, I realized that when I was describing the book burning scene, I had it wrong. I have not seen the movie in probably a couple of years, a few years at least. But originally I had said that John Lithgow's character would hold the book burning, but upon going back and doing a little bit more research, I had to correct myself with that. Originally, like I said, I thought that John Lithgow's character was holding the book burning with his congregation. Turns out he was trying to prevent the rest of his congregation from holding the book burning. Well, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you made it this far into the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. Get notified for whenever I post a new video. I noticed that the majority of the people who view my videos are people who are not subscribed to my channel. So why not hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell as well. Don't forget to check out the links down below. I provide links throughout the video too for everybody to check out to help support the channel and also to help support my other social media as well. Anyways, thank you everybody so much for watching. Your viewership means a lot to me. And I just want to be able to show my appreciation to everybody. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you liked it. Thank you very much again for watching, and we will talk again sometime in the future. Until the next video, you know what? I want to mention it here. The next video I want to do that's like this will be for Dumb and Dumber. Hopefully, I can get that worked on soon and be able to provide that for you in the future. I know it's been done plenty of times before, but I want to be able to share my experience with it all. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you in a future video. Bye.
Hey everybody. Everybody watching has to subscribe. Subscribing is cool. Thanks.